everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrew Beauchamp, and today we're back in my basement to sow some more seeds. I really wanted to focus on tomato seeds today and share some of the varieties that I grew last year and one or two that I'm gonna push and do this year too. So starting off, we have San Marzano, the San Marzano tomato. Now I grew this last year. I think I grew about 20 plants, 25-ish, and I got a ton. I got a lot of tomatoes out of that. I was very, very pleased, and I'm growing them again. Now, it's a paste tomato. If you've never grown it, and maybe you're probably familiar with the Roma tomato, which is another paste tomato, completely great. I love Roma. I like San Marzano just a little bit more. Now I am growing Roma this year too. I have packs for both and I'm going to be using them both, mixing them together. But San Marzano just has a bit more of a better flavor, I think. And it's hard to describe two tomato flavors that are very similar. I just think San Marzano is just that much better. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be growing 12 plants of San Marzano and 12 plants of the Roma, and I kind of want to see what happens if I do a little bit of an experiment of what plant's going to yield more for me, but that might have to be for another video. Okay, moving on to my slicers, my beefsteak tomatoes, those big, beautiful fruits that you get in the summer. First one is just the classic beefsteak variety, beautiful red fruits. Not much to say about this one. A lot of people grow it. It's very, very classic. Next two are a little bit more exciting. The next big tomato I have is the biggest one I have actually, or have ever grown, is Candy Stripe. So this is a red, yellow, orange, and pink multicolored tomato. Beautiful, massive fruits. Really good flavor. I will say, for such a large fruit, I found it got a little bit mealy. Some of them, they weren't all like that. I think it mainly had to do with my watering, but I want to give them another try to see if I can give a little bit more consistent watering so I don't get the mealiness. But beautiful fruits, stunning, massive. I think the biggest one I almost got a 2-pound tomato last year, and I put my plants close together. They weren't spread out, they were close together. I honestly wasn't taking very good care of it. It got a little bit of neglect and it gave me massive tomatoes. Beautiful, beautiful variety. Final big tomato is Black Beauty. If you've never seen these, I don't know what to say because they are beautiful. So they're black on the outside, red fleshed in the center. So wherever pretty much the sun touches the skin the most is where you're gonna get the most coloring in the tomato, so that black shading. And I didn't realize, I thought maybe I'd get a little bit of blushing at the top of the shoulder of the tomato, but no. I got some hardcore, fully, looks like I took a can of black spray paint and sprayed a tomato down, but it was intoxifying? Toxifying. Is that a right word to say that? No. It's such a, I think I have such a romanticized view of the garden, and these are kind of the star of that. It's you go out there and they kind of steal your heart. You're like, wow, I'm yours. I'm gonna eat you up also. So, beautiful tomato. So excited to see it back in my kitchen and in the garden. The flavor is really good. I like the flavor of the Black Beauty. I wouldn't say it's anything too crazy. It's a nice flavor. I like the flavor of the Candy Striped more. I mainly grow the Black Beauty for looks, but it's definitely not a bad tasting tomato. It is a good tasting tomato with a lot of solid flavor, but whenever you have something that beautiful, you can't always expect it to have everything, the whole package, but it's definitely got everything you're looking for in a tomato. Final two varieties. The first one is a saladette tomato. It is the Kangaroo Pa Yellow. I've never seen a tomato with that type of color, that bright yellow, and I think it's just so rich. Now the flavor isn't the best. I'm mainly growing this for salads and for cooking wise for looks, but still solid tomato. Like I said, doesn't taste the best. a little bit seedy. It has like a large seed cavity. So there's a lot of kind of gel, but overall, I think it's a very pretty tomato. It's kind of nice because the plant only gets about 2 feet tall. I'm not sure if it's a determinate or indeterminate plant. From what I've seen online, there's not that much information about that I can find, but the plants stay rather small. I grew about 4 of them. Once again, pretty spread out, like they had room to grow, but they didn't grow that high, which was nice. And then final tomato that I'm growing, this is a variety that I haven't grown ever before, so I'm really excited, but I've seen it a lot on like YouTube and from other gardeners, and that is the yellow pear-shaped cherry tomato. So yellow pear-shaped tomato, like the name says, is supposed to have kind of a sweeter flavor. Since it's a yellow tomato, it tends to have less acid, which I'm really excited for. Last year, I grew Sun Golds, a little round cherry tomato, and they were delicious. I forget where I got those plants, but if I find one, I'm gonna definitely get one again, because it was the one tomato. Like, I'm not somebody to eat tomatoes like direct from the garden raw and just like devour them. I sat around that plant and devoured them. They were delicious. On a really hot day, whenever like the sun's baking and the sugars in that tomato are really concentrated, delicious. Okay, that is all done. Tomatoes are all done. They're all sowed. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really excited for this upcoming gardening season. I'm also just excited to show more content of my garden and what I do in it and what I can yield from such a small space. I'm really excited to show that off. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Stay planting.